In this video, I'm going to unbox my Colourforge Signature Series Kickstarter box. Let's do it. Hey guys, I'm Matt, this is my beard, even though you can't see it, and welcome to today's video. So as I mentioned, this video is all about the Kickstarter for Colourforge. Colourforge brought out their Signature Series range of paints, the range of spray can paints, and I'm quite excited to jump into this, to be honest with you. I only went for one of the range. I think there was about 8 overall that you could have chosen from. You could have gone the full range or just the one or whatever. I went for one. I went with the Siege Studios Siege Armor rattle can. But I got in early enough, so I don't know if they're going to be sending it out separately, because although I've opened this just to make sure there's no packing slip for this video, I don't know what's in this box. I hope there's a can, but never mind. So anyway, let's jump into it and let's have a look, see what we've got. So, got some packing nuts, obviously. I imagine that this is the can here. So let's just get that out. So there we go. So that's the Signature Series Colourforge Metallic Siege Armor. So as you can see, it's like a bit of a brown, like it's a more browny, brassy sort of colour, which could be quite interesting, especially on like the words escape me. Terrain. There we go, that's it. So especially on things like the Necromunda terrain, that sort of thing, it'll be interesting to see how this lands and what we can do to weather it and that sort of thing. I'll not be doing any of that in this video. This is purely an unboxing. However, between my hands I can actually see some more stuff in there. I think this might be everything actually. Yeah, anyway, so this is the can. Looks absolutely sick. It is a rattle can. As you can imagine, it's full size, got some heft to it, and it actually also has the most important things on the back. So some people have issue with rattle can. If you've seen my most recent video, I had a massive issue with Wraithbone, and I was following these steps, and it still gave me an issue. And in fact, it actually says on the back of the tin. So there's the Wraithbone instructions, and honestly, it's like following these just didn't help. And I don't know if it's just a bad batch. However, with Colourforge, I've had a couple of their sprays and I've never had a bad batch. I've never had a bad experience with Colourforge stuff. I actually really like their stuff, and I think I'm going to be fully transitioning to their range for my aerosols, for my sprays. So getting their equivalents of things. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, right. So let's see what else is in the box. So we have the can. Nothing there. Oh, okay. Hello. Right. So we have an enamel pin. That's going to go straight on my chair. I do currently have a Tolarian Academy pin on the back of my chair. However, I think I'm going to put the Colourforge one. I love that. I love it. I love this kind of stuff. I love enamel pins and that sort of thing. That's really cool. So really happy with that. Ooh. Okay, so this is a sticker pack. That's a bit more rigid than a sticker pack actually. 2 seconds. Let's have a look. So a handful of stickers there. Oh, I remember this. Right, okay. I'll get onto these in a second. So hashtag up your hobby game. Nice little sticker there. And then we've got a mini rattle can with the Signature Series logo on it. I like it. Colourforge Signature Series and Colourforge. Nice. Okay. I think I'll be putting them on my desk. I like that. Right, so these, if I remember rightly, are the creator cards. So there you go. So that's the full range there. So it just gives you an idea as to the range itself. But we'll go through it. So first one is Hellstorm Wargaming. Right, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm trying to read. So that's like a red. I don't actually know what the name of it is, so I do apologise. But so Hellstorm Wargaming, he did like sort of a maroon red, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like a Rhinox hide crossed with a red, so that's interesting. Chapter Master Valrak, he did sort of a yellow mustard, which is pretty nice. That's a nice shade, nice hue. There we go, Pete the Wargamer, very cool. So that's kind of like a really muted grey. That's quite an interesting colour, to be fair, as well. Quite like that. Rogue Hobbies, naturally, pink, love it. That's quite bright. I can imagine that would be pretty cool for like noise marines and stuff like that. But it'd be interesting. And then also Zenithal highlighting as well. There we go. There's James. So I actually met James and the Siege Studio boys down at UK Games Expo earlier in the year. I had a nice little chat with them. Like I was really excited. To be honest with you, the Siege Studios was the only reason. It's not the only reason. That's the worst way to put it. They were the main reason and kind of like the incubus for me buying the ticket in the first place. When I found out that they were going down to support Colourforge in this release, so go to their booth and have a little look around there, and then also go around the actual convention itself. I thought, right, okay, it's only a 3.5 hour drive, let's do it. So I drove down, met up with the guys, and some people say never meet heroes, but like I really had a good experience with these guys. They were really, really nice. Had a great bit of banter with them. Had a lovely photo with them and everything, and it was nice. So I really enjoyed it. But yes, so these guys have done the only metallic in the range, which is obviously the siege armor, and which is pretty decent. And we have Midwinter Minis, which is like kind of like an ice blue, it's a kind of like a sky blue crossed with an ice blue, which is pretty cool. It's nice. That's a nice colour too. And then we have Peachy. Everybody knows who Peachy is. So Chris Peach, former Games Workshop employee and YouTube extraordinaire, now has his own channel, which is really cool. It's kind of like it crosses between quite a lot of different game systems. So he does things on some of the old rank and file style, period pieces, and then he does things with Star Wars Legion, and he does Necromunda, and he does 40k. So he's got some pretty cool stuff. But the color is like kind of like it is like a peach really, but it's more like a tan peach. It sounds really silly, but that kind of reminds me a little bit more of like a skin tone, if anything, or like a baseline skin tone, like a Bugman's Glow style. So that's pretty cool. And then finally, Tabletop Tactics. So that's more of an ice blue as well. There's a couple of blues in this range. So there's like you've got like actually a gradient. Yeah. So if you look at Midwinter Minis, and if you look at Pete the Wargamer, and then you look at Tabletop Tactics, that's too many T's in one word for somebody who's got dyslexia. DM me. But yeah, you've got like the grey into the light grey. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. You've got like a grey into a blue, but it's like different hues of it. But yes, so they're the Signature Series cards. Love those. And that, I think, is it. Let's... Oh, hang on. Whoa. Oh, what? Okay, cool. So, like a laser etched... Nice. Okay, so this is like a laser etched dry brush palette, which is like it's a small one. So, what people use these for? So, say for example, you had your dry brush. I don't have one to hand, otherwise I would show you. But basically, you dot your brush into the paint, get off a bit of the excess on either a wet towel or your palette or whatever. But then you go onto this, and this has got like ridges in it, so it's actually been like etched in, and you basically just dry brush over this until you've got the right level of leave on the for your paint, so your paintbrush is actually depositing the correct amount, or what you feel is the correct amount, for your dry brushing step on the actual model itself. Artist Opus do a really cool range of the dry palettes with various different textures on, but this is a really simple one from Colourforge, and it's actually really cool. I really quite like that, because there's like loads of catch areas on on this grid pattern over here and on the hazard striping, so I like that. That's a really cool product. So I think, unless there's anything else, there's more packing nuts than you can shake a stick at, but I think that's it for what's in the box. So you've got the actual tin itself, you've got a lovely enamel pin, and you've got some stickers as well. That's really cool. So I think I'm going to cut away now. I'm going to follow the instructions on the back. I'm going to base coat. I think I've got some bulkheads or a door or something. Yes, actually, yeah. I'll have a look at see in my bits box what I've got. I'm going to do just a single coat, see how it lands on the model, and we shall see what it looks like. So in 3, 2, 1, and we're back. So I painted up just a double door from the walls and doors kit, walls and columns kit, sorry, for Necromunda. Now this is just one pass. I just did a light spray from the 30 centimeters or 12 inches that you meant to, and it lands really quite nicely. This is after a couple of hours of dry, and I just want to make sure it was like fully dry for filming this, just to give like the full effect. So it looks quite coppery when it first lands, and that's fine. I do like that. It's a lot less brown than I thought it was going to be, and a lot more copper, which is an interesting turn of events, but we can turn that to our advantage. Now, not in this video. I just wanted to give you guys an overview as to how this looks. But I am going to have a little bit of a play around with this piece. I may add in an additional layer of the metallic, so the siege armor spray. I might do another layer of that, then look at weathering effects, and I'll probably put that in its own separate video, sort of following this video up in the weeks and months to come. But outside of that, that's a really nice coverage. It lands really smooth, so there's no texture or anything like that. So there's no grainy particulate or anything like that. Overall, it really sits quite nicely on plastic. I quite like this. Be interesting. I think I'm going to have a little play around with like ideas of how I can accentuate this and how I can make this color work in a modeling sense, because it has an application. I just need to work out, for me, what's going to work out the best, really, and how I can apply it to complement both the base color, but and also weathering techniques and styles and that sort of thing. So that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Overall, a really good experience. For me, it wasn't too much money to outlay. I mean, this was back May, I want to say. It was much earlier on this year, like just before the summer. I only wanted to get the one colour, but I think I might expand out into the rest of the range and see what else I can get my little hands on. But overall, I mean, first and foremost, Colourforge. If you haven't used any of their rattle cans before, I would highly recommend giving them a try. I swear by the Steel Forge Silver. I mean, I'll just grab it now. So I swear by the Steel Forge Silver. It is a great colour, and it's a replacement for Lead Belcher. This lands so nicely on the model. And sometimes with metallics, you find that they dry a bit tacky. So even if you leave them to dry for like 12 hours to 24 hours, they still have that bit of tack to them, and they're a little bit more sort of, it's hard to explain, they just have some form of feel to them or texture to them which you weren't expecting. Whereas with Colourforge, I've never had that issue. And obviously with their Signature series, they're continuing on with that proficient level of quality and really putting the time and effort into making sure that they are delivering a quality product. So I'm really happy with that. I think from first impressions, I mean, the things that you get in the box aside, you know, these were all Kickstarter editions, so the stickers and the cards and the enamel pin, which by the way, I absolutely love enamel pins. Like, I know that sounds really daft, but I just love them. They're really, really cool. And the dry brush palette as well. These are all really nice to have, and I'm really glad I've got them. But the main thing here is this. This is what I wanted. So I'm going to have a play around with this, guys. I'm really, really happy. Colourforge, thank you very much for putting the Kickstarter on in the first place and supporting creators. That's a really, really cool thing to do. But then also, thank you very much for maintaining the quality. Like, as I say, my Steel Forge Silver is amazing, and I swear by that, and I'll not go back to Lead Belcher. Just, it's not going to happen. But I'm looking to see what I can, like, I'm looking forward to see what I can do with this. And as you can see, it does land really, really nice. So, I've been Matt. You haven't seen my beard today, but I assure you it is alive, thriving and well. If you've liked this video, give it a like. If you have used Colourforge before and you know you've got a favourite colour from them, let me know in the comments. Let me know your feedback and your sort of your experience with the Colourforge Railcan series. And if you want to see more reviews like this, let me know, because I want to sort of include this kind of thing within my content. I think it's a bit of an interesting one, because obviously I'm always experimenting with products and things to sort of better my hobby game, so, or to up my hobby game, as the sticker says. So if I can share that with you guys and you guys get something from it, then all the better. Anyway, I've been Matt, this has been my beard. If you liked the video, drop it a like. If you're new around here and you want to see more of this kind of stuff, please feel free to subscribe, and let me know down in the comments all the things we mentioned before. So have a good day, and see you later.